All right. We have a new shout-out song. So we're going to get to the shout-out, but don't worry. We will certainly be listening to more of this. Ready for the shout-out? Yes, I am ready for the shout-out.
I'm looking for a remix. And now the shout-out.
Shout-out. Shout-out.
Valuable
Shout-out.
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 The pile of ideas returned to low as it's quickly moving into the hot position.
And now the shout-out.
Shout-out.
Beta male.
Shout-out.
Recovery mode. My
Shout-out.
brain is
Shout-out. Shout-out.
Geopolitical politics.
Shout-out.
competition would start kicking in.
Shout-out.
I'm not funded by the Koch brothers.
Shout-out.
Amazing. Shout-out. Shout-out.
Good job, Ed. Workers in Minnesota are striking at an Amazon plant. The week before, I'm quoting now from a piece in, where is this from?
The Verge.
The Verge. A week before, Shakopee workers had announced their intentions to strike on the first day of Amazon Prime Day this year, which lasts 2 days. So everybody, guys, in general, I'm not necessarily, as of now at least, during these 2 days, don't use Amazon. Don't be a scam. Don't be a scab. Be in solidarity with striking workers. It would be the first work stoppage at a facility during the peak shopping time, the most ambitious in an escalating series of actions at the Shakopee Fulfillment Center. Shortly before 2 p.m., when the day shift workers planned to walk out, Hibak Mohammed and several other workers came to the lobby. 26 years old, Mohammed is originally from Somalia but immigrated to Kenya, then won a visa lottery to come to the U.S. 3 years ago. His first job in the country was at Amazon. At first, she liked it, but the pace of the work had increased to grueling levels, and more workers were getting fired for not keeping up. I'm new in the country, and I know we have rights, she told me on the phone earlier. That's what America does. It makes things better. And if something isn't right and not fair, I decided to become a strong person that I have a right to speak up. We know that Amazon underpays workers significantly. Yes, Bernie Sanders pressured them into an increase in wages, which is still a pittance relative to their profitability in business. We know that they structure a lot of their employment arrangements, as do other Silicon Valley companies, to keep people just outside of full-time work so they're not eligible for benefits. We know that frictionless supply chains are a structural threat to the environment and labor. And part of what we're going to need to do is a few things are just going to need to be a little bit slower, frankly, so that there's less of a relentless demand on human and ecological resources. These strikes, which are escalating in the United States, also in Europe, are some of the most inspiring and important things happening on the planet today, and the exact inverse of a politics that, at its worst, puts its blind faith in the hateful, grotesque, fake, lie, charlatan populism of Donald Trump, and a shallow resistance fantasy that considers Jeff Bezos to be some type of salvation figure, some type of hero, when in fact he is one of the prime drivers of the most brutal, unsustainable, relentless, feudalistic capitalist economics on the planet today. The way to defeat this is through policy, through breaking up monopolies, through nationalization, through banning certain practices. And the core engine is the incredible courage, like this 26-year-old Somali woman having the courage to go on strike. The company is implementing, they've been sending company representatives from Amazon or outside of the facility, taking names, trying to intimidate and terrorize people. While they do that, they've sent out a national press release saying, well, everybody should be fighting for a higher minimum wage so they can continue to have, and God knows who's still buying this, whatever sort of fake brand they have as a positive corporate citizen. Of course, they're not. They're a structural danger to labor and the environment, and we have all solidarity with striking workers. Don't use Amazon the next couple of days. And you know what? As these things escalate, maybe we're going to have to significantly increase our solidarity Amazon strike time as well. So shout out.
It's also cool to me to note that this was a team up between the local SEIU union and CARE, which is regularly demonized by people like Glenn Beck, basically incites violence against them.
Right.
So just shout out to them for doing good work.
That's awesome. That is the future. You've just watched a Michael Brooks show video, and you can watch all of our full main live shows every Tuesday night at around 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and subscribe to get all of the clips you want. We're covering the globe. We're focusing on international relations, the intellectual dark web. We're having fun. We're doing deep dives with a lot of amazing guests. Of course, become a patron for the whole thing at patreon.com/TMBS, or subscribe to this YouTube channel and help us keep growing and get that content out there. Subscribe below.